First rule of Fight Club: you don't sue, dude. If it's possible that you can fight each other and you both have backgrounds in mixed martial arts, you don't sue, dude.
I know.
You fight each other. That's how it's old school, man. Forget the lawyers. Forget who has the best lawyer. Fight each other. Physically hurt each other. Not
and end it.
Financially. Yeah, just fight and then shake hands like fighters do, hug each other, but good fight, man. Move on. This is stupid.
Stop what you're doing, gentlemen, and go look outside because pigs are flying. Bappa is now the voice of reason.
That's happyhippo.com. Promo code is thick with three C's.
3 C's.
23. Thick 23. 3 C's. 20% off for life.
Okay, let's not get carried away here, thick boy. Cringe. So, hey, listen, welcome back to the channel. We're closing in on 16,000 subscribers. So if you're not subscribed already, get on board because we're growing by the hour. Like literally, it's insane. I seriously cannot stand the sound of my own voice. But hey, do you know who loves the sound of their own voices? Well, it's a long list, isn't it?
I think he's forced to fight now, interestingly enough, because he committed a federal crime, which was what's it called? Disinseminating?
The word is disseminating.
Disseminating?
But you don't got to get into the details, and there's more counts coming.
Wow, my boy's wicked smart, hey? How do you like them apples? Listen, why don't we get into the details? Because that's what we're here to do. In the lead up to this weekend's highly anticipated fake fight between Logan Paul and Dillon Danis, Logan went on his brother Jake's failing podcast to spread truckloads of misinformation and speculation. And based on the collective IQ of everyone sitting on that couch barely reaching triple digits, it's hard to take any of it seriously. Seriously.
I'll be honest, it's a 50 caliber adamantium bullet to the dome. He's and ironically,
Crime Stoppers.
we're about to catch a predator October 14th, bro, because
That's
he
crazy.
has some real predatorial, which is what he's in trouble for. But ironically, I think it's what you said.
He has to fight now because he has tons of lawyers to pay for, probably for the next, I mean, I know how these lawsuits work, probably 2-3 years worth of lawyers. And if you have good lawyers, he said $400K in lawyer fees. Is probably going to be way more than that, actually.
Yo,
what's interesting.
What about the damages? That's just
the lawyer
That's just to
fees,
defend
100%.
himself when he's going to lose.
Okay, easy there, cowboy. What are these clowns talking about? What lawyer fees? What damages? There's no lawsuit yet. It's all just letter writing at this stage. Man, this whole thing is so fake. After this weekend, this whole legal BS will disappear overnight. We'll get to the feud between Logan Paul and Bappa in a moment, but I'm curious to hear the rest of Jake Paul's hot take on Dillon Danis' options here.
If he pulls out, he still has to pay the lawyer fees because the lawsuit's still there, and he has to pay the $100K.
I know.
This guy doesn't. I bet you in his bank account, I've done a little bit of math, and I think Dillon Danis has about $60,000 to his name, and then that's being generous.
Oh, they need them racks.
And so I think now because of the lawsuit, he has to fight you to make the money that from the fight that he was going to make. But before that, I fully thought he was going to back out. But interestingly enough, he walked himself into this situation where he's going to need money. Otherwise, he's going to declare bankruptcy.
But even then, it doesn't end. You put liens on every paycheck he gets for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
It's all.
Y'all trying to garnish his wages? Damn.
Isn't it funny how quickly your true colors come out when there's a girl involved? Seriously, let that sink in. All of this over a girl who literally, that's right, literally craves the D.
All I want is like a big fat sausage just destroying my body.
Geez, don't tell us your next move, Nina. Keep him guessing. I'm going to come back to this fake lawsuit in a moment because I want to take a look at Crinjo Puppy's response to all of this, which ended up spilling over onto Twitter. And I got to say, it's hard to disagree with our boy Bappa here. I think he's talking sense.
Logan Paul suing Dillon Danis before their fight sets a horrible standard, saying
His girl. So just, yeah.
I'm sure he has something to do with
I know
it.
you're saying, but yeah.
Technically, it's his team. Logan is behind it. So his girl's suing. There's a cease and desist. The issue with that is that opens up a world of issues for fighters, because now I don't know who would do it in the UFC and be taken serious. But now, imagine if imagine if Khabib sued each other before the fight. You're like, what? What are we doing? What? Imagine if Sean Strickland says some wild stuff. Imagine if he gets sued. Imagine if Bryce Mitchell, whoever he fights next, they want to sue him over, fake information. I'm not saying what he's saying is fake. I'm just saying there could be a road to that. So it's good that Logan and Jake are bringing all these eyeballs. It's bad that some of the lanes that they're going down, and not necessarily Jake. With Logan, who, buddy, I'll be straight up honest, Logan, who I do support, love Dylan Dennis too. The first rule of Fight Club is we don't sue each other. The first rule of Fight Club is we don't sue each other, and we know, granted, maybe he crossed the line, but we know it's actually going to equal more pay at the end of the day and more eyeballs going into the fight.
Hang on, didn't our boy Bupper try and sue a YouTuber for talking smack about his family? Don't forget your own rules, buddy. But hey, I'm not here to roast Bupper. He might catch a few strays here and there and start air swinging off the ground, but that just comes with the territory. I will say though, Bupper is way better on his own. I listened to this whole podcast, and apart from his sporadic CTE moments, he's actually got some half-decent takes. Trust me, saying that hurt me more than it hurt you, but it had to be said. So then Bupper went on Twitter and responded to a clip posted by MMA Uncensored saying basically what he said on his podcast. This bums me out. First rule of Fight Club, don't sue another fighter building the fight. And then Logan decided to call him out in public, replying to him saying, "It bums me out that 3 weeks ago I DM'd you Nina's lawsuit details because of your ignorance, and your response was, 'Oh Jesus, did not know that, not cool.' Then you come on here talking about Fight Club rules like you're the referee. This twisted promotion has gone far beyond the fight game, and you know that. Plus, I'm not the one suing him. He picked a fight with an innocent woman who is standing up for herself the only way she can, by holding a predator legally accountable for breaking the law. Any person who doesn't understand that is a delusional twat. The lawsuit is her choice, and I fully support her. Now I get to break his face in front of millions of people and ruin his entire life. Win-win." Wow, okay. This is definitely something that would happen to Bupper, right? He's always talking out of both sides of his mouth. How many times have we seen him on JRE saying something, then Rogan will disagree with him, and then all of a sudden he 100% agrees with Papa Rogan? The difference is this time he got caught out in public, and we all know Logan has a broken moral compass, so he's got no problem divulging the details of a private conversation. Seriously, who are these people? So then anyway, what exactly did Dylan Dennis do? What's all this federal crime business about?
I also think people are confused about what the lawsuit is. I think a lot of people think it's about like the photos he's been posting, the photos that are online. It's not. It's about a serious crime he committed. And to be honest, I don't know if I want to or even can or should dive in that much, because I don't want to undermine the justice system. Like, it speaks for itself.
Okay, hang on a second. Let me just unpack that for a second, because what Logan just said proves to me that this whole lawsuit is fake as hell. Literally in the same breath, Logan Paul just said Dylan Dennis committed a serious crime, not allegedly committed a crime. He said he did commit a serious crime, and then followed that up with, "But I don't want to undermine the justice system." Bro's out here defaming Dylan Dennis in the absence of any criminal charges, and then claiming to be letting the justice system take its course. For those legal nerds listening, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Know this though, if Nina Agdal fails to prove anything in this supposed lawsuit and can't get a judgment, Dennis would have an open door to sue Logan for calling him a predator and accusing him of being a criminal. That would be straight up defamation. And given how big Logan's social media reach is, Dennis would be in for a massive payday. And these guys don't even know the difference between a civil lawsuit and a criminal prosecution. If Dennis has committed some serious federal crime, why isn't he being prosecuted? Why is Nina Agdal suing Dylan Dennis in a civil court for an alleged federal crime? That doesn't even make sense.
But I did see that Dylan's already sort of like making fun of the legal system and like avoiding the serve notice.
Bro.
So he's already kind of like taking this whole thing as a joke. Like he doesn't think that all this is real. I think he's going to find out really quickly that you cannot f around in these situations.
As the saying goes, the more you f around, the more you find out.
That reminds me, how's that class action against Logan Paul going? You know, how he allegedly defrauded his fan base out of millions of dollars for his CryptoZoo scam? How's that going, buddy? Last time I checked, his lawyers were trying to stall it and drag it out in court to avoid having to face up to the consequences. Now that's a real lawsuit. Funny how they can talk so openly about legal actions when Logan's a defendant in a multi-million-dollar lawsuit. Whoops. But hey, at the end of the day, this lawsuit doesn't even really involve Logan, right?
The lawsuit has nothing to do with me, bro. This is Nina's thing. This is her decision. I support her 100%. I love that girl so much, and this has been crazy for both of us.
Oh, what do you mean you love her so much? We don't get to see your relationship burn and crash and everything going on. What do you mean you love her so much?
No, he's just sticking by his girl. You gotta love that. What a guy. If only he had that same moral compass when he was hiking through that Japanese forest. Maybe I'm being too harsh on him, but at the end of the day, I've got to side with Bupper on this one. He actually dedicated a pretty big segment on his podcast talking about the Dennis Logan situation, and like I said, he was pretty much spot on about everything he was saying. Pity it has less views than this video will. Hey, check yourself, buddy. Don't chuck a Tom Segura now that you're surpassing Bupper. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe so you get all my videos in your feed. Also, drop a comment below and I'll pin the best one. Chat to you guys in the next one.
Like, you're talking about a guy who had an issue with the UFC, leaves,
Yeah.
goes over and wasn't a huge name in the UFC.
No, he wasn't.
Not at all.
No.
He was on The Ultimate Fighter. Leaves the UFC, right? Has issues with Dana and the way it was structured. Leaves, goes to the WWE and becomes a superstar in the WWE. Then leaves the WWE, and now he could possibly get a fight with Jake Paul. The guy doesn't get enough shine. Like, there's very few guys who leave the UFC and go on to have big careers.
Especially with not a huge name.
No.
Yeah.
No, that's how talented that kid is.
Yeah.
Look at him. Like, there's very few guys who leave the UFC and go on to have big careers.
Especially with not a huge name.
No.
Yeah.